His name is Malik, and he is the Dark One. He was once the greatest evil the earth has ever known. But if there's one even more evil than him, that would be his lover, the Queen of Darkness, whose very existence threatens to bring about an age of darkness. But our story starts long ago in the realm of mist. A beloved king and queen were blessed with a very beautiful daughter. They would go on to name this daughter Eve, and she would grow up to be one of the most beautiful women in all of the land. But much to her dismay, her beauty was also considered a curse, as her very presence was enough to cause a distraction, causing her to be unfairly persecuted. Her father tried to console her, but her beauty would not go unnoticed, as suitors from all across the world came for the princess. From sorcerers to warriors to princes to great beasts from other realms. Left with no other option, the king exiled his daughter. He sent her to the far reaches of mist, deep in the heart of the Death Rock Mountains. It was there she stayed as stories of her beauty became legend. Eventually, loneliness would set in and she would return to the kingdom begging her father to allow her to come home. But fearing what would happen to his kingdom, the king refused, so it was in the mountains she stayed. Eve was not only a prisoner of these stone walls, but she was also a prisoner of her own skin. Until a day came that she least expected. The Dark Horde has arrived, led by the Queen of Darkness and Malik the Dark One. The Dark Queen and Malik would mobilize the Dark Horde and prepare to take the city. But earlier that day, Malik would finish clapping the cheeks of several whores. As one of these bitches asks if the queen will be displeased, the Dark Queen grabs this bitch by the hair. Malik asks if she enjoyed the show, but the queen tells him it was adequate if not a bit lacking. As the whore begs the queen for her life, the Dark Queen sucks out her life essence while tossing her corpse against the wall, telling Malik to enjoy his horse. But as Malik and the queen mobilize, we can see the town lays in ruin as the Dark One and the Dark Queen have left nothing but destruction in their wake. Malik happens upon a dying old lady. She informs him that their only comfort is that their greatest treasure remains hidden. Malik convinces the lady to reveal the location of the treasure so Malik can keep it from falling into the wrong hands. She points to a castle beyond the mountains, but as Malik makes his way to the castle, he's surprised to find a special treasure indeed, but not one of gold or gems, but one of flesh and bone. The princess asks Malik what's happening, and Malik informs her the town is lost and everyone has perished. As the princess cries for the loss of her parents, Malik embraces Eve, letting her know she's the most beautiful woman he's ever laid eyes on. But elsewhere, in the Dark Queen's throne room, she hasn't received word of Malik's whereabouts. But no matter, as there's another city to the north, and she tells the Horde she wants it gone by tomorrow. The Dark Queen looks down on Malik for wasting time with petty human vices, because death, destruction, and annihilation are the things that gets her off. But elsewhere, as Malik walks with Eve through the forest, Eve asks Malik what of his origins. Eve tells him he's like a knight that came to save the princess, but Malik says he's no knight. But to Eve, he's a hero nevertheless. As Eve and Malik sit around the fire, Eve asks what it's like to be free, as her life has always felt like a prison. But as Malik talks with Eve, he worries about the Dark Horde finding them. Malik tells Eve he must leave her for the time being to make sure they avoid the Dark Horde. But as Eve worries, Malik assures her that he didn't rescue this princess to abandon her in the woods. Malik ventures forth, conflicted about his feelings for the Dark Queen and Eve. But as Malik reunites with the Dark Queen, she informs him that the real show is about to begin as they continue to ravage the town. The Dark Queen and Malik come across a group of acolytes chanting, but one massacre later, everyone is dead. But as Malik seems distracted, the Dark Queen tells him maybe he should go work out that tension. Malik leaves, letting her know he'll be back in a while. But the Dark Queen instructs some of her minions to follow him. As Malik reunites with Eve, the two embrace and share a kiss. But unbeknownst to Malik, the Queen's minions are watching from a distance. With each passing month, Eve's hold over Malik grew. Eve and Malik would spend many days together. Eve and Malik would lie together. And Eve and Malik would eventually have a child. But as the Dark Queen's hold slipped, eventually she would come to retrieve Malik. Now Malik tells her he never took her as the jealous type, but the Dark Queen can see that Eve has some kind of hold over Malik. The Dark Queen storms inside, but Eve screams for help. But the Dark Queen beats the shit out of Malik, letting him know she could forgive all the fucking around. But now that it's starting to interfere with them conquering the realm, this must all end. And so must Eve's hold over Malik as the Dark Queen grabs a blade and impales Eve through the chest, killing her once and for all. As Eve lays on the floor, Malik grovells at the foot of the Dark Queen, asking for forgiveness for falling under Eve's spell to begin with. Now, the first thing the Dark Queen would do is instruct Malik to get rid of that infant spawn of his. Malik would end up in the Inferno at the house of Azazel, a demon that just so happens to owe him a debt. As Malik hands over the child, Azazel asks who is she, but Malik informs him she's nobody and he won't be back for a very long time. Malik returns to the side of the Dark Queen. Having gotten rid of the infant spawn, the two of them prepare to take over the realm and be as one king and one queen. The end. Thank you for watching.